Her father had been repeating this for over a minute. When outraged, his voice became a mythic roar, to the extent that it seemed odd he wasn't holding a trident. He suddenly looked naked without one.
"But Byron's a genius. Every time I leave the house, all I see are Gogol products."
This statement was almost a whine, high-pitched, with a hysteria that made Hazel think of overzealous infomercial entrepreneurs. She remembered one disturbing commercial where a man with a machete was chopping up a mattress, or trying to, while screaming, "Pick up the phone! Pick up the phone!" But she couldn't recall if it was the knife being sold or the mattress. Was he cutting the bed to show how effective the knife was? Or the mattress's layers? Or was it a kind of guilt-inducing sales tactic? We won't stop harming beds until enough of you phone in an order. "I understand it's surprising news," Hazel said. Her father had placed a protective arm around Diane's waist and drawn her in close. His posture suggested that Hazel was not so much his daughter in an hour of need as a hopeful suitor who'd been flirting with his girlfriend at the bar and was being told to back off or agree to a fistfight.
"But Hazel,"
he continued, his voice finally lowering,
"do you know how much money Byron has?"
"Listen," Hazel begged. "I know you want to have a private sexual revolution with Diane, and I am all for it. I have noise-canceling headphones." This was a lie. She certainly used to have these and so many other gadgets, but she'd made a point of not packing a single product from Byron's company. It killed her to admit that the Serenity combination head massager internet browser did sound excellent right about now. The device, no bigger than a set of earmuffs, expertly rubbed users' temples while a beam of light projected images of any search term spoken aloud. Back when Hazel was in college, there was a thin grocery store brand chocolate cookie that she'd gotten addicted to. The plasma donation center where she'd sometimes sell her fluids for drug and cheeseburger money gave them out as a post-session bonus. They tasted a little biscuity. Hazel's dorm roommate refused to eat them, saying that the cookies seemed designed as treats for an imaginary species somewhere between golden retriever and human toddler on taxonomy charts. But there was something gratifying about the base simplicity of their flavor, and due to their exceptionally granular surface, they performed the bonus duty of polishing Hazel's lips as she ate. When she wore the headphones, Hazel liked to zone out to close-up stills of this cookie's exterior. She zoomed in on them hundreds of thousands of times until the pictures looked like photographs of some faraway planet's chocolate terrain.
"He made you sign a prenup, right? You walk away, you get a mere pittance?"
The question inspired Hazel to look down at her father's hand, then at Diane's. And yes, there were rings. They must have had an informal union of sorts that morning. "It's super complicated and legal," Hazel replied. She figured this would shut him up. Complexity was like kryptonite to her father. There was no difference in his mind between elaborate and convoluted. Steer clear of fine print was one of his favorite sayings, which Hazel supposed could be good advice. But he had a super-inclusive interpretation of fine print that made it hard for him to eat at restaurants. He also had a phobia of lawyers. Her mother used to exploit this. Hazel could always tell when her parents were fighting because there would be a courtroom drama loudly blaring on the TV. And it was true. The prenup was exhaustive. It had caused her father's lawyer phobia to rub off a little on her, too. She'd signed it in one of Gogol's conference rooms and still remembered when the legal fleet arrived with the document. They'd all appeared to be wearing the same suit and moved nearly in tandem, like synchronized swimmers. It was one of the only times she'd ever seen Byron not looking at a screen of some kind. He'd watched her sign each page. There'd been an interpreter of sorts seated next to her, telling her the essence of what each major paragraph was saying.